Games, so a tough defeat to take. We took that pretty deep there in the end, but we couldn't just quite get over the line. How do you assess that game?
Oh look, we didn't start well enough with the ball. You know, a big swing of I think 17 runs between the two power plays, and you know it's been the sort of tale of our campaign, particularly towards the end, where we've not been able to control the power play with the ball. So you give this team that sort of advantage, and particularly McDermott and Vince, who've been, you know, a strong opening partnership. You're going to put yourself under pressure, and you know I thought Delray and Rash, you know, nearly got us back into it. And you know, ordinarily I think you could defend 31 off 18 balls, but you know they got it with ease. And again, that's an area where we've got to learn how to close out games in that situation.
And the campaign as a whole, obviously it's been a tough one to take. We haven't qualified, which is obviously the aim at the start of the year. How do you assess the campaign as a whole? Where do you see where we can improve for next year?
Oh look, it's disappointing, and you know we didn't really at any stage put the batting together with the bowling, or the bowling with the batting. I think to get into the mindset of taking wickets in that power play makes a big difference. And you know, we were effective last year in the first 6 overs, taking wickets, which then allowed the spin element to then be able to put the opposition under pressure. But at no stage really did we have the team under pressure coming out of the power play really.
And we've had a lot of injuries, and I know that is part of sport, but we have seemed to have had quite a few more. But someone like George Garton, for example, he's obviously suffered with long COVID, but when he has come in, like the way he performed today with his bat, you can see what a brilliant player he is and what a big miss he was.
Yeah, he is, and look, he took wickets early in the power play, hasn't done it this year, you know, hasn't really had sufficient probably bowling to get into form, you know. And yes, he batted brilliantly today, and you know, you miss a player like that. I think you know, Millsy I think played maybe half the games. You know, and it's, you know, at the end of the innings, you know, it could have been a different story, knowing how he can close out games bowling the 18th and 20th over here. So you can do all the if, buts and maybes, but consistently we weren't good enough. And yeah, look, their injuries didn't help us, but I think we saw some good signs in Ali Orr coming in. I thought we saw some good bits from Harrison Ward. Obviously Hainsey got a chance tonight. Great to see Tom Alsop, but again, you know, 20s and 30s don't win you games. You know, 70s, 80s, you saw what James Vince does consistently, and that's why you know, he's one of the better players, but that's how they get over the line.
And the final word, just on Will Beer, obviously someone you've known for a long time, played and coached with. Just give us your thoughts on his kind of time at Sussex and what he means to the club.
Oh look, Beer arrived, you know, as I was going out the door really, and you know, I just remember a young man who was desperately keen, competitive, you know, like a little Jack Russell, always gave energy, and he's consistently looked to do that, you know, and you know, he's performed well in this format of the game. He might look back and be maybe frustrated that he didn't get more opportunity maybe in the first class game, but what he's achieved and been, you know, the leading wicket taker in T20 is something that he'll obviously treasure. And you know, the way that we were able to manage his last game and his time as he exits the club, I think is important. That I believe we got it right tonight.